Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something that a lot of people don't talk about. I'm gonna give y'all 3 shows that I think would do real numbers on Netflix. They're already amazing, right? But I think they're trapped on other streaming services that just make them not as big as they would be. If they were on Netflix, we would have crazy memes, trending topics, you know what I'm saying? And watch parties, because these shows would have crazy fan bases. I'm not saying they don't have crazy fan bases on the show on the sites they are on now, but on Netflix, because almost everybody has Netflix, they would blow up. Let's get it. But first off, we're gonna start with a show that I just started watching. It's called Star Trek Lower Decks.
Oh, I don't feel so good, Doc.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're pregnant.
This one is hilarious, y'all.
Take me to the privacy of the Pickery Shed and explain them to me.
Come on, Mandalina. Red goes in the red bucket, white in the white. You know that.
I got started watching it recently, and I've loved every single episode. I'm only on season 1, but it's amazing. It's stuck behind Paramount Plus, and I know Star Trek has a crazy fan base, but the fan base isn't really Paramount. You know what I'm saying? They would do good on Netflix. It follows a crew who don't get as much glory as the rest of the old Star Trek people we know. They're underdogs in the Starfleet trying to make their way and make rank.
I'm soaked in juice and I need help getting naked.
Just spray off with the hose, Leanne.
If you ask me what show does it remind me of, I would have to say Rick and Morty from the art style, or The Office, just about, it reminds me of The Office because how they nick together, but you also bond. Shows that are already on Netflix that are kind of similar to it, if you want to start there, it's I can say Paradise PD, but it has adult humor, but not as much as adult humor as Paradise PD. But like I said, Star Trek has a crazy fan base. Everybody. All right, so the next show we have is Amphibia.
Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
It says pull, dude.
It's on Disney Plus, and I feel like if it was on Netflix, y'all, it would go crazy. The fan base would go crazy. It's about a girl. She gets transported into another world with talking frogs.
Hop up.
If you ask me, it kind of reminds me of The Last Airbender and kind of Stranger Things, but animated. It has hints to culture stuff. I'm gonna spoil it. One time she goes Super Saiyan like Goku. It's crazy. You would love it. And if you ask me what kind of show does it remind me of that's on Netflix right now, I would have to say The Dragon Prince. But y'all, it is really good. Every episode is it kind of reminds me of Gravity Falls a little bit. And I'm going to get into Gravity Falls later on in part 2, but if that what kind of reminds me of, it would go crazy on Netflix. Last but not least, what I'm going to finish the video off with is George and Manny, First Marriage.
Whoa, I'm a married man.
You sure are.
Y'all, Young Sheldon did crazy numbers on Netflix. Yes, it did good on Paramount, but on Netflix, it went crazy with the TikTok edits and everything. George and Manny is about a young marriage and parenthood. The writing is sharp, the characters are lovable and balanced with comedy and real life moments. Like I said, it's from the Young Sheldon universe or Big Bang Theory universe, and it's good. I was able to catch a little bit, but I feel like if it was on Netflix, everybody would go crazy. You ask me what kind of show would you call it? Would you relate to it on Netflix? It would have to be Young Sheldon, or I could say kind of Working Moms a little bit. But it's good. Like I said, everybody already knew George and Manny from. If you ever watch Young Sheldon, watch Young Sheldon first, and then you continue with George and Manny. Yeah, I think George and Manny is gonna go crazy if they add it to Netflix. It's like I said.
Are. Move. Let's go, married man.
On Paramount Plus, people aren't really talking about it. I saw our first couple clips on TikTok. But think about it. Once you get to Netflix, you already know the edit is coming. People are going to sit down and binge it. Because Young Sheldon was already #1 on Netflix every season it came out. So that's going to wrap up the video. I gave y'all 3 shows. I have a part 2 ready to come out. If this shows some love, if we can get probably if we can get 5,000 views and probably 100 likes, something simple, I'll make a part 2 today. But yeah, tag someone who think that, that has a different opinion. There might be other shows that I haven't even added to my part 2 that you might think of. Or you might not even agree with the list I gave right now. But let's have a conversation. Follow me on both of my pages. And yeah, have a good day. I love you.